Hey guys, I am just out of seeing Matt Reeves' The Batman, and let me tell you, it is an absolutely awesome flick. Robert Pattinson done a kick-ass job as Batman. He is definitely better than Ben Affleck. He is definitely better than, say, Michael Keaton. He just misses out by a narrow margin with Christian Bale, but he is still a wicked Batman. Where he falters is his portrayal actually of Bruce Wayne, because essentially he's going for, I don't know how to explain it, but he's going for a kind of edgelord kind of rocker vibe. He's going for a Kurt Cobain or a Jim Morrison kind of vibe. And it's like, no, you're the billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne. And like someone could go, hey, that guy's kind of mopey. I wonder if he's Batman. But his Batman is fantastic. The other variations of Batman, they've hinted at being scary, but 9 times out of 10, when you watch their Batman kind of representations, be it Ben Affleck, be it Christian Bale, be it Michael Keaton, they're always cool. This Batman you would not like to meet in a dark alley, even if you are like a civilian. He is fucking scary, and Patterson does an amazing job kind of showing the ferocity of his version of the Dark Knight. He essentially is this kind of savage brawler who does not pull his punches, and he is very real world based. There's nothing kind of too remarkable about his Batman. One thing I found interesting was he doesn't kind of glide using his cape. He actually has a special flight suit, and I did like that. They have made him very real world based. The supporting cast is fantastic as well. Paul Dano's Riddler is awesome. Again, you had Matt Reeves wanting to try and personify the Riddler as someone who would be like, say, the Zodiac Killer. He is incredibly methodical and absolutely unhinged, and that's what makes him such a compelling villain. I would actually put him up there with Heath Ledger's Joker as one of the best portrayals of Batman's rogues gallery. He absolutely kicks arse and he sells the character. Other cast members, Zoe Kravitz is amazing as Catwoman. Still, my favorite is Anne Hathaway, but she does her own thing with Catwoman, and it's definitely influenced by Batman, the Batman Year One comic, the representation of Selena Kyle and that, and also Long Halloween. Actually, this entire movie takes a large chunk from Long Halloween, because Reeves is definitely going for more of a kind of crime noir story. It isn't so much a Batman story. It's if Batman has fallen into a David Fincher kind of crime movie, and it works really really well. Again, her portrayal as Catwoman is fantastic. She is essentially, I wouldn't say a lady in the night, but she is kind of a call girl come kind of burglar who becomes entangled in the investigation that Batman is working on. And that's another cool thing. Batman is a detective in this movie. We've gotten so many movies where he maybe glances at a computer and goes, "Oh, that's what that is." But in this one, Batman is actually the world's greatest detective. He does some serious detective work, and that's what I also liked about this movie. Again, going back to the character, Selena Kyle, Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle absolutely kicks ass. She does an amazing job. So much heart, so much empathy, but she's also wily, and there is the this blossoming romance between her and Batman. And I do hope she comes back for a follow up movie. A fellow Irishman, Colin Farrell, is in this movie as the Penguin. Totally unrecognizable. He's not in it very much, but when he is in it, he's absolute fucking gold. He's definitely going for a kind of Joe Pesci version of the Penguin. He's kind of just this real kind of New York wise guy who's just he's disfigurement has kind of lent him to the persona of the Penguin. Although he hates it, he prefers to be called Oz or Oswald. And that scene where he's being chased by Batman in the Batmobile. The Batmobile is fucking amazing. The Batmobile is essentially Christine with a rocket pack. It is scary. It's going back to what I was saying earlier on, that this Batman, He's not. When you look at certain Batmans, you're like, they look cool. This Batman's scary. He is scary. He's coming after you. I mean, fucking the chase is amazing. I'm not giving anything away. There's no plot details, but like there's a bit where he's driving down a freeway, and concrete pipes fall off the back of a truck, and the Batmobile just drives straight fucking through them, and it was just amazing. That the car was like something possessed. Other actors in the movie, you had Jeffrey Wright, who is solid as always as Jim Gordon. He's a fantastic Jim Gordon, although I don't think anyone will beat Gary Oldman for his portrayal as Commissioner Gordon. He was the best. But Jeffrey Wright does a good job, and he does have kind of a good budding partnership with Batman. Andy Serkis as Alfred, he doesn't appear in it that much, and at one stage in the movie, I was kind of shocked. Something happens, and I was kind of shocked, and I was like, "Are they really going to do that?" But I'm not going to go into it. But yeah, Circus is in it, and he does an admirable job. They're definitely going for the Earth One, um, Alfred, because he's more of the kind of rough and ready squaddy. He's not exactly the kind of stiff upper lip butler. He's more of the squaddies. Think Pertwee. Think Sean Pertwee in Gotham. He's very much in that vein. He taught Bruce how to fight, and he knows ciphers because he was in the SAS, and he's just that kind of more salt of the earth kind of butler, rather than the kind of the character you would have seen in Batman the Animated Series. All in all, awesome movie, kicked arse. The soundtrack was amazing. Michael Giacchino, who I absolutely adore, he done Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. He got his start. He done the Lost World video game for the PlayStation. He done an amazing job. Giacchino's work on the score of this movie is up there with the likes of Hans Zimmer and the likes of Danny Elfman. He gives the movie a real kind of operatic kind of feel, and it helps as well because you really get the feeling, thanks to Giacchino's music, that Gotham does feel like a real place. And it is, again, it kind of straddles that line between the kind of 1989 Batman and the Christian Bale Batman, where it's kind of real world, but you can also see elements of comic book kind of design, this real grimy kind of underworld city. Gotham is a shithole in this movie, and you could totally see why a character like Batman would exist in this Gotham, because it is not a nice place to live. And I think Matt Reeves done a great job of making Gotham a kind of another character in this movie. It's a really awful, corrupt place, and again, it kind of drags out and kind of really helps the structure of this kind of crime noir movie. But by and large, I genuinely thought that the Batman kicked ass, and I'm looking forward to seeing if they do a sequel, because there is so much they can do and so many other places they can go with this. And again, Robert Pattinson, he done a great job as Batman. Needs a bit of work as Bruce Wayne, but by and large, kick-ass movie. Definitely go see it. 8 out of 10. Check this movie out.